So the gym started about 2008.
2008. Yeah, 2007.
So you're saying after he got back from the CrossFit Games,
I think the
you actually
second
got inspired.
My parents remind me of this conversation we had. I was living in Manhattan Beach, actually up this street, in the probably 95, and I was describing to them what I wanted to do. I was in grad school at the time. I was training, and I basically described a gym that this was a weightlifting gym that I would do for a living. And at the time, there was nothing like that, and both my parents thought I was insane. And worried that I was going to live in squalor for the rest of my life.
Which at the time,
I understand why they might think that based on how I was living. So I got a call from Bergner, and he's like, "Oh man, you got to check this shit out." He had just kind of started doing it himself.
Yeah.
So I go to the Aromas Games, and I remember, I'll never forget, we parked this dirt field or whatever, and there was like this opening, like this big pipe metal opening, and you walk through and down this little hill, and I see like roped off area, mats on the ground, outdoors, and there was like 20 or so people cleaning jerky. And I had never seen that many people cleaning jerky before. Not even a warm-up room at a national meet, because there wasn't 20 lifters in the session. You know, and
Single platform.
I said, "Holy shit! Never seen this before." I saw that people are paying money to do this. I was like, "Oh my god! I mean, this is insane. This is great." Like, weightlifting is difficult, especially to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing like CrossFit, it's that shared experience. You know, it's that shared torture that you go through that makes it palatable, and also keeps you coming back. You know, because you know that the guy next to you, the girl next to you, they're doing the same thing. You know, they're sharing the same experience. They can talk the same language. They're developing a culture.
Yeah.
You know, so I saw this culture being started in CrossFit, and I said, this is very similar to the culture of weightlifting, just a different veneer over it.
Yeah.
But we shared a lot of the same things, same enthusiasm, expressed differently, because weightlifters aren't quite as bubbly as CrossFitters are, but they still have
down a little more.
Yeah, it's a little, you know, weightlifters a little more low key. But the passion was the same. You know, I'd walk around that weekend, I just listened to people with how they were talking. You know, not only what they were talking about, but how they were talking about it.
Right.
And they had this excitement that I hadn't seen. And they were talking about weightlifting. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
So driving home, I basically on that ride home, I said, I'm out of strength and conditioning.